Hello, my name is Richard Norris. I'm the IT Director of CCV, long name Cullum Capital Ventures. We are an insurance broker consolidator.
Hello, my name is Anton Murphy. I'm a Commercial Accounts Manager at InTechnology. I'm responsible for InTechnology's engagement with a particular segment of the public sector. InTechnology is a provider of cloud-based data and voice infrastructure services. I'll begin by suggesting that consultation with the stakeholders and in particular users, so that they feel involved in that process and can feel part of it and therefore feel that they would like to make it successful.
I think it's really important to understand the different data types within the business, drill down into those data types and understand the risk to the business of placing those different data segments up into the cloud and how those processes will affect the business and the users. I think the common mistake first of all is to get bogged down in security, the security component of the cloud, where the data sits and how it's delivered to the users. I think what should initially happen is businesses should look at the processes that are going to be required for the users to either be more efficient or for the business to be more effective in what it does.
And we experience that often businesses don't have sufficient clarity about their objectives, don't communicate those to the stakeholders, and as a result there's not sufficiently transparent engagement, and the project stands to fail because of that.
The unique proposition delivered by a raft of our suppliers, but in this instance InTechnology, is their long-standing relationship with Towergate and CCV, their product set and the infrastructure that they use to deliver it. So one of the things we looked for was a robust business partner that would pass all of our due diligence and security requirements, but also one that understands our business very closely and is keen to work with us going forward. So as InTechnology develop their service proposition, we can look at those and look to bolt them into our service to our end users where suitable. I think if I can speak, so there's a couple of services that we use from InTechnology. One is Microsoft OCS, more commonly known as Link. We started trialling that product in IT, specifically in the IT function, and we now find that we use it extensively throughout that function to communicate short conversations that ordinarily in the past we'd probably use email for. Now obviously using email for that type of conversation entails storing data, uses up Exchange resources, and actually you probably store 3 or 4 copies of that email as it grows through its life cycle. So whereas OCS doesn't do that. So we've still got an auditable trail if we need to, but actually we're not storing that data. And it gives us the add-on benefits like availability, desktop sharing, video calls, and that's just a raft of different features of that product. And as we start to use it more extensively within IT, it's now blending out into the rest of the central services functions as well, because they've got distributed members of staff throughout the UK. They're finding that they can use OCS to quickly communicate with those people via that product, as opposed to picking up the phone, calling them. They can see they're instantly available, contact them with a quick message, etc.
And would you say that in an organisation as large and as dispersed as yours, that's subject to increasing growth, coming back to the question, would you find that actually you're going to gain more savings than perhaps was realised in things like travel costs and time, which perhaps will accumulate quite dramatically over time?
Yeah, that's a really good point, because one of the things that we're absolutely being pushed upon is reduction of travel costs. So products like OCS absolutely lend themselves to reducing those costs. And actually it's just a mindset of people to start communicating differently, as opposed to you know, saying, oh, I can't possibly communicate via OCS or via a conference call and video conferencing. Actually, as long as you're able to pick up the body language of the person that you're communicating with, and that's what the video call's for, then you've pretty much got everything you need.
Yes, and I think one of the striking aspects of the CCV and technology engagement is the cultural fit. Both are businesses that are subject to change and growth. Both are innovative. And if we think that a few years ago the talk was of IT being aligned to the business, well, therefore the service provider needs to be aligned to the business. And I think that that's been demonstrated between InTechnology and CCV. I believe that we are an extension of their internal resource.
I think Anton's last point about InTechnology being an extension to the CCV business is a great point actually. They've worked with us right from the outset within CCV. We've built a good working relationship with InTechnology. In fact, I've even been invited to go to InTechnology and sit on some of their product development forums, which to me shows that they're interested in my input as a customer into their service offering, as well as, you know, them just selling me a service. So I think it works both ways, and it's a really good working relationship. And I can go up to Harrogate and knock on the CEO's door and go in and have a chat with him. And I think that type of relationship is important.